Yeah. Hey, good morning, and happy Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday. Good morning on the West Coast. Good afternoon, and all of those things, everyone else. But I'm glad you joined me. Today is, was it Wednesday? I'm Angela McGowan. I have to remember, like, who am I? I'm Angela McGowan, your professional healthcare advocate, caregiver strategist. I'm the author and publisher of What You Don't Know Could Kill You, How to Get Out of the Hospital Alive. And I'm the founder of Angie's Pace. As patient advocates committed to excellence. Good morning. So we're still talking about our favorite topic about the men. And if you have something to add for today's topic, or if you have anything you want to talk about that we've talked about previously regarding men, please feel free to join me because it is June. It's all about the fellas this month. It is Men's Health Month. So we're going to go over and review because they are so important. And we want to make sure that this sticks, this is impactful, and that it sticks with you. Men, it's all about the numbers. What are the numbers? Okay. It's your age. It's equal to the number of preventative screenings plus your annual checkups required. Remember, preventative screenings are part of your wellness package that you receive every single year through your insurance benefits. What you need to do is to go and get your annual checkups, and those will be given to you. If not, we've talked to you quite extensively based on your age, all of the different things you need to be requesting and going for. And I'm sure that when you go in and ask for a complete physical, especially if you haven't been to the doctor in a while, man, no guilt needed, none required. There's going to be probably lots of testing. I'm asking you to submit to those testings. I'm asking you to call back and get those results. Whatever needs to be done to bring your health up to 100. Please be willing to do it because you are so important to this world, to your family, to the community. We need you. So, next, I wanted to tell you that this week, we've been talking about physical health the last 2 weeks. This week, we are focusing on men's mental health. That's part of uh, Health Month for the fellas, a man's silent crisis, the issues of mental stresses, overwhelm, anxiety, depression, grief, whatever it is, feeling of failure, some type of loss, be it job loss, family loss, all of that is a crisis. And what is behind the high rates of mental problems that men are having? Well, it's basically that men have a particular struggle in admitting that they need help, that they're overwhelmed, that it is too much for them, and they need someone to help them. Okay, it's basically that. So every 20 minutes, I told you, because of this overwhelm, a man kills himself. Okay, these are the states where it's more prevalent, but it's not to say there's no state that that does not happen. Wyoming, Montana, New Mexico, Utah, and Alaska have the highest rates of suicide. Okay. And elevated suicide and substance abuse is predominant, okay, as far as those states, but it's also nationwide. Over 75% of suicide victims, wherever men are committing suicide in the US, are men. 75% of the suicide victims are men. Okay, so that's our number one thing that we're talking about, getting back to mental health. And so we always tell you when we talk about this, we want to talk about what can we do for National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. If you feel you're on the edge, if a man feels that someone you know and care for is on the edge, hey, well, good afternoon, Elaine. That's why it's only good morning on the West Coast. Okay, if you know some man that, or men yourself, this is a prevention hotline, 24/7, 1-800-273-8255, or right, 1-800-273-TALK. The number two thing is predominantly happening, being a male problem, 3 times more than women, and that is substance abuse. It is also known as slow motion suicide. They still get to the same. So those numbers added to the suicide numbers, okay? Those numbers are separate. and who are really the people who are hit hardest with this substance abuse or slow motion suicide. That is our veterans, American Indians, Blacks, Latino, and Asian men. And this group of men, these groups of men rather, are less likely to take advantage of mental health services that are afforded to them than white men, whether they're at the job, whether it's part of their benefit package, whatever it is. These men generally do not sign up for it, okay? And if they do want to sign up for it, usually because of their schedules, as far as working two jobs or whatever they're trying to provide for their family, these appointments are not particularly suited to their needs. Okay. Definitely not usually on the weekends where they may have an opportunity to be off from one or both of those jobs and be able to schedule that. So when it comes to substance abuse, this is the Substance Abuse Helpline, 1-800-662-HELP. You can also go, I tell you always, go to the cdc.gov/men's health, and www.menshealth.org is also sponsoring, facilitating Men's Health Month, an awesome place for you to go and get results. Number 3, post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, it impacts the ability of men to function as spouses, as parents, siblings, adult children, as leaders, as neighbors. It impacts them because the post-traumatic stress disorder is because they have personally participated in or have witnessed something that has impacted them. And I did say this week as well as yesterday that everyone, all men, this does not happen to. And it could show up, dissipate, and then come back because of a song, because of another incident like that, because of seeing another person that was also in that. Things can be triggers and bring people back to this PTSD. So, of course, here's your help for that. That does come under the suicide hotline, 1-800-8255 or 1-800-273-TALK. All right, so today's topic is men's emotional fitness. We got to get them emotionally fit. I always tell them to work out in the gym and they're getting their bodies fit. We've got to get their emotions fit. Men have to do the work to get to this point. So what can be done? Well, here's the basic suggestion is that men need strong friendships in their lives, okay? So I know wives, girls, women, we're our man's friend. Wonderful. However, men need to be with men in strong friendships because it's something about that kindred spirit, right? We realize that when it's our girlfriends, it's also the guy friends, it's the same thing. And here's a situation that goes on with the guys, okay? Men communication between each other is usually surface conversation only. What's up? What are you doing? What's going on? The sports, the job, your woman, your kids, just basic things. That's it. Okay. Nothing really like I've been feeling this kind of way, or I need to, I'm feeling like, I'm not getting on my job, I'm not getting the promotions. I think that I'm not being all that I could be for my family. So, based on emotional fitness, confidence is the new six pack. That's right. As they're getting the six pack done down there, confidence all up in here, what they're thinking about themselves and their lives and their relationships and how they're handling day to day stress. Confidence is the new six pack. So, how does this occur? Well, right now, there's a new app that's in beta testing called FICA, FIKA. It focuses on exercising different parts of the emotional health spectrum for men. It was created by a gentleman named Nick Bennett and is part of the metro.co.uk. So it is in the UK, all right? It's currently being used by university students. That's what. Now you probably say, university students, well, listen, when we run the numbers, and I hope I have an opportunity to run them tomorrow. When we run the numbers say, okay, the numbers say that at this level with our men at this age, 20, 21, 22, they are the ones that are being so stressed out that they are doing a lot of suicides themselves. Okay, it's very prevalent there. So Nick Bennett felt, let me go where it's happening, at least the numbers they have in the UK, and they wanted to get these young men to pull in. You know, yesterday I said, when we look at our older men, more mature men that are having and struggling with such emotional stresses and depression and fighting so hard just to live day by day. If you look back at the men's lives, it didn't just start right then. Now, PTSD, it might have been, you know, as they were men. But people, men, they really have emotional situations that can't handle too much. Look back at them in their 30s. Look at them in their college days. Look at them in their high school days where the competition is always so fierce. And then go back even to childhood years where maybe their grandmothers or mothers or sisters said they were always like that. But they didn't get emotionally fortified or didn't get that help then. So they were young men, boys, college men with emotional instabilities and not able to handle things in life. And now they become full grown men and more mature men. And now they have even more that's impacted on them. So the goal of this app is to increase excuse me, engagement with friends and reduce negative emotions that would cause anxiety and depression. So engagement, not just, hey, how you doing, but hey, I know your wife's been sick and you know things are going on. Like, you know, is there something I can do as far as like, look, is there something going on? Can we find her another doctor? Like some type of concern or exchange. Maybe in that situation, the man might want to share, like, my in laws don't think I'm doing enough for her. All right. That's a big emotional burden on any man that someone would think that he's not all out. So, this negativity and all of this anxiety that's on these men, this app, the goal of this app is that they would engage with each other to be past surface conversations about sports, what's going on in the neighborhood, about their girls. Listen, I'm telling you, this is so important. I told you I was going to bring you these numbers of suicide. Nick Bennett, the reason this app was started is because he had a friend that committed suicide. Like right after he had seen him that night, he said they were big drinkers and they realized that's really all they met at the bar, they talked, they were drinking, you know, yelling at the TV, all these things. But that friend that he felt was a good friend, he didn't confide in him. And then he thought about it. Even if he did, I couldn't have helped him because I didn't even know him like that. See, you thought you call him friend, but he really wasn't a friend because he didn't even see the struggle going on. So here's the numbers I wanted to bring it to you. I read them to you. I thought you'd be interested in really seeing it. 3 men, this is suicide rates, every 60 minutes. 3 men take their own lives. Within a day, 72 men. 7 days, a full week. That's going to represent 504 men. In 1 month, 2,016 men kill themselves. And in 1 year, 24,192 men kill themselves. And in a decade, you have almost 250,000 men that take their own lives. This is not the numbers that are related to substance abuse where they die by overdose. This is not related to the number of men that are murdered or anything like that. This is strictly men that willfully plan out the demise, the ending of their own lives. In 1 year, 24,192. In a decade, almost 250,000. If you're looking around and you're wondering why you're not married, why your daughters can't get married, why your nieces are not married, that's because men are killing themselves, a phenomenal number. And I say that there's something that we can do about it, even as a committee of one. Let's get on board with that. Let's not just overlook it, not just they're hard to get along with, but here it is. They probably can't get along well with themselves. So remember, I tell you this all the time, regardless, men, women, boys, and girls, excellent health care is not a privilege. It is absolutely It's your right. And when you're talking about here's a man's creed, I'm not sick, I'm a man. That's what I say. The man, please get checked. Go and make your appointment and get checked. This is a reminder, it's Men's Health Month. The next thing I want to invite you to be part of the Powerful Patient Movement, my free Facebook group. You can go to the bit.ly link, Powerful Patient Movement. That's all you need. And of course, I always love to speak with you about the results you want and need and you're not getting. Schedule a free 20-minute results call with me by going to the bit.ly link, Advocate Angie. All right. And of course, I'd love for you to purchase my book. I'm just like, have you seen me looking around like, my book's always here? But my book, What You Don't Know Could Kill You, How to Get Out of the Hospital Alive. If Vanessa sees it, she's going to be unhappy because I should have my book right here. Okay, listen. This is how you can purchase the book. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to always contact me. Thank you for joining me on today. It's all about the fellas this month. It's Men's Health Month, Men's Mental Health Month as well. Let's do what we can to help our men live at a high level. We need them. And listen, I'm Angela McGowan, your professional healthcare advocate, caregiver strategist. I'm the author and publisher, and I'm the founder of Angie's Pace. Patient advocates committed to excellence. And I help you navigate through healthcare sea of red tape and allow you to give excellent healthcare to those that you love and care for as you care for yourselves as well. So it always is important to live with what? Two things: blessings and joy. Why is that? Because they both belong to you. Have an excellent Wednesday. Okay, it's hump day. Move forward from today onto the week. Glad to have you join me, and I look forward to talking with you again on tomorrow. Blessings. Bye.